Hello and welcome to today's yoga class where we're going to be focusing on the sacral chakra. This chakra point is known for pleasure or joy, and it's also a place where we can hold emotion. So working through this chakra is a great way to release any emotions that may be stuck in the body. We're going to start today in a seated position, so I'll see you on the mat. Okay, so our first pose today, we're going to come into butterfly pose. So I want you to bring the soles of your feet together, knees wide. Now the closer in your feet are, the more of a stretch you're going to feel. You can place your hands on your ankles or around your feet, lengthen through the spine, and then we're going to fold over. So maybe bringing the arms on the outside of the legs, just for a little bit of a deeper stretch. And let's take a couple of deep breaths here. Imagine trying to reach your chest down towards your feet. Slow inhales and slow exhales. And slowly bringing yourself back up. I'm going to open our legs up nice and wide. So open your legs up wide, lengthen through the spine. Now if you're already feeling a stretch, stay here. If not, just slowly walk those hands further away from you and reach your chest down. Now if this is morning or your first practice of the day, then you might be a little bit tighter than maybe if you were practicing in the evening, so just bear that in mind. Go until you feel a slight stretch and then hold it here. Again, a couple of deep breaths here. Really focusing on relaxing whatever muscles you're feeling this in as you exhale. You might notice that you get a little bit closer to the ground with every exhale. And then slowly walk your hands back up. Okay, keeping your legs wide, we're going to bring the right foot in front of you. So the right shin is coming parallel to your hips. Now a couple of options here. The left foot is either going to come in front of the right knee, so your shins are next to each other, and as you look down you have this little triangle shape in between your legs. Okay, maybe you stay here. If you're feeling something, stay here. If not, pick up that left foot, see if you can place it on top of the right knee. Keep your left foot flexed. You can loosen the bottom foot, especially if your ankle's digging into a hard floor. If not, flex it. And lengthen here. Again, if you're feeling something, stay here. If you do need a little bit more because your knee, your top knee might be touching your bottom ankle, then maybe start to walk it forward, okay? But go to wherever you need to go to this morning, and again, every day could be different. So let's just take a couple of breaths here. Really focusing on relaxing whatever muscle you're feeling this in. One more big breath here. And then slowly leaning backwards so you can uncross your legs, open them up nice and wide again. Take a breath here. And then let's bring the left leg in front, right leg either in front of the left leg or on top of your left knee, flexing that top foot, flexing the bottom one unless it's hurting. If you're on a hard floor, then you can soften the bottom one. But always keep that top one flexed. It's going to help to protect your knee. Lengthen through the spine. Maybe you stay here. Maybe you walk yourself a little bit closer. Go to wherever you need to go to today to feel that slight stretch and then relax into it. A couple breaths. Always trying to find that comfort within the discomfort. So often we can not experience the joy that we could because we're holding on to stuff we shouldn't. So see if you can let it go, relax, and embrace what you're feeling right now. One last breath here. And then lean back. Uncross your legs. We're going to roll all the way over onto all fours. And I'm going to blow my nose. Okay, back to it. Hands out a little bit further than the shoulders. Tuck the toes. Downward facing dog. Belly to thighs, hips to the sky. Keep a slight bend of your knees here. Really lengthen as much as you can through the spine. And then looking towards your fingers, you're going to bring the left foot to the outside of the left hand. You may need to come up onto your fingertips to do this. Lower that right leg, right knee down, and sink into your lizard lunge here. So your left leg is coming slightly out at an angle. Try to get those hips as low as possible, keeping that chest open. Nice long inhales and exhales. Now you can stay here if you want, or you can pick up your left hand, place it on your left knee, and open that knee out to the side, roll onto the outer edge of your left foot, and look slightly towards the left. So just trying to get those hips a little bit lower. Coming back to center, tuck the right toes under, come up off of the knee. We're going to take a few gentle rocks here, and we're going to rock the right foot to the outside of the right hand. Sit your hips down low, so coming into our yogi squat. So while you're in your squat here, hands come to heart center, elbows on the inside of the knees, so you can open your knees up a little bit more and lengthen through the spine, okay? Try not to round, try to open up that chest, sit your hips as low as possible. Couple of breaths here. It's okay if you're up a little bit higher, okay? You can be up really high if you need to be. Just try and get those hips as low as possible. hands back down to the ground. Lift your hips up nice and high into your forward fold. So slight bend of the knees, upper body is folded over. Plant your fingers on the ground. Take both feet back to downward facing dog. So step backwards, push your chest back, lift your hips up high. Look towards your hands. This time step the right foot to the outside of the right hand. And then slowly lower your left knee down, doing our lizard lunge on the other side. So remember your right knee is coming out at a little bit of an angle. Sink those hips down. Let's take a couple of breaths here, keeping the chest nice and open. And feel free to stay here, or if you'd like, you can bring your right hand on your right knee, open your knee up to the side, come onto the outer edge of your right foot, and sink those hips a little bit lower, maybe looking towards the right side. And then coming back to center, tuck the left toes under, come up off of the knee, take a few rocks and rock it towards the outside of the left hand and sit your hips down low again into your squat. Doesn't matter how low you get here, just try to lengthen through the spine wherever you are. Slow inhales, slow exhales. Fingertips come down to the ground, lift those hips up high. Heel toe those feet to hips distance and fold over. Maybe gently shaking the head yes and no, make sure your neck is nice and loose. And then bringing your hands down to the ground if they're not already. Take your knees back, toes together, knees wide. Sit your hips back and come into your child's pose. Arms come out long ahead of you. Drop your forehead down towards the ground. Let's take a couple of low. Let's take a couple of slow inhale and exhales here. And then slowly lift the head, walk the hands back in and come to seated. And that's us done for today. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you feel a little bit more emotionally open after that, and I will see you next time. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you get notified every time a new class comes out.